How you doing, everybody? Oh, I I got sidetracked. I was talking to Mark about he's thinking between these two watches, and at first I thought, it was not much of a choice, but then I thought about it, and it's a great big choice. So, mm. Okay. Let's see. How's everybody doing? Hi, Eddie and Blake and Stefan. Yeah, what's going on, Hans? Richard, hi, Richard. Geezer, you're not first. What's wrong with you? Yassar. Hey, Bruce, Joseph. There he is. There's Mark. He was the guy I was chatting with. Um, David, Dominic. Boy, yeah, a bunch of neat guys here. Dwayne, Javier. Um, yep, that's right. I think Marky, boy, you had a deal. I was restarting my system. I had all of this stuff that I was doing, and started kicking around. Mr. Gumby, yo, cuz, yo, cuz. Oh boy. Let's see what's going on. Javier, receipt my butcher will be back from service next week. Great. Let us know when you get it back. If they did right by you. Hi, Tim. Hi, Sean. Lee. Hi, Lee. How are things shaking there, Lee? Hey, little Lee. Hi, Kaz. Hans. Robert. Hi, Robert. Oh boy. I am. I was looking for a watch today. There was one I really wanted, and then I wasn't sure, and then I found another one, and I wasn't really sure, and then I found something in the movement, and now I'm a little more sure. And so then I found this other one that I put on that thing I gave you on the handout, and I thought it was what I thought it was. I thought it was um, one of these by Sven Anderson because I saw the big arrow and the well, that's a date window down there, uh, but it's a very different watch. This one I've seen for sale a few times, and I think that oh, what's his name? I'll think about it later. One of the other guys also looked at this and really wanted it, but it's sort of like the one that was on your. I don't have a picture of it here. That other one I just found today, and it was by Calabrese, who's one of the uh, ADHI guys, one of the independent watchmaker elite group that FPJ and those guys founded together. Hi, Quarter Eye, how you doing? So it was sort of interesting. Also, Kaz, on the on that new Chopek, I forgot the name of it, but on the new Chopek, the Anthrite something or other, I think, the new sports watch they have. Uh, Nobody caught on yesterday and what the relationship between it was and Parmigiani. And so I made a video about that that talks about what the connection is. And the thing I like about Chopek, it lists all of the different other outfits and designers and everyone else that it deals with. In some respects, it reminded me a little of MBNF because they have all of these different things going on. Hi, Eddie. Does anyone have a recommendation as to watchmakers in the NYC area to service a 7750? Right now, it's looking like the best, cheapest option is sending it back to Hamilton's Watch in Seattle. Washer movement. No, the Chopek didn't have a Vasseur movement. It's got something though from that. I'll put it this way: from the Sandoz Family Foundation Watch Center. and it's sort of cool. So anyway, I thought I did a little video about it, but it was it's a vest pocket video, but it ended up a little longer than most vest pocket videos because there were so many connections in there. And I think that, you know, as watch collectors, I think we've come up, you know, different things. There's either in-house or not in-house, and you know, that's, I think, to some extent important, because if a company does have in-house movement, there's sort of a commitment to making more than just stuffing, you know, watches in cases and stuff. Anyway, hey, Truth Fears. Grand Central Watch and Grand Central Stations are good. Not sure if they're open yet, though. Hey, Eddie, if you want a guy who is really a guy, okay, my 84-year-old watchmaker is now available. I took some stuff down there yesterday, and now it's not in the New York area, but he knows those pretty well. There are a lot of watchmakers. It shouldn't be too hard to find a watchmaker in the New York area who can handle a 7750. They love them. As a matter of fact, most watchmakers do, because they can get the parts for them. Now, I don't know whether that's changed or not with the new policies that Swatch has. We'll see. Hi, Newshed. Have you guys seen the Hourglass documentary of Roger Smith? You've been really talking about that a lot. You know, every place. I will now look at it. I bet it was very nice. You know, the thing is that I saw Roger Smith. They had a little YouTube video, I think, on how he made a case. And he starts with this rod of gold, and he cranks it up and does all of this stuff and flattens it out and puts it together into a case. That guy, he's got all of the skills. Hey, old bud, how you doing? Hi, Hughes, how are you? I feel like buying a watch. Yeah, that's what I was doing today too. I was looking at some watches. Couple watches that I was really seriously thinking about getting were sold, and that it probably one of those things that was okay, because I found this other one that I've been I got a debate about in three different ways. On the one hand, I'm thinking of making it more affordable with a trade-in. On the other hand, it's pretty good as it is right now. So I don't know. Who knows? You know, Javier, that sounds like a good recommendation. Okay, now a Dr. Sub 300T, like those. All right, listen. What I wanted to talk about today, when I saw this watch, I know that I can't remember his name. Anyway, he's a guy who has wonderful. Writes some very, very interesting and in-depth comments whenever he has something, and I know that he had said that one day he wanted one of these, and when I saw the one that looks like this by Calabrese, I thought, you know, wow, this is a cool watch. And then I got to thinking, how many cool watches are there out there that people never even think about? And Calabrese is one of them. Another one is Finn Anderson. Hi, Carossus. Bought a watch. Oh, you got an Omega Speedmaster Mark II. All right. Well, I like those racing dials on it. Those are very cool. Mark J, if you want to talk about the watch dilemma you have, I think it's a very interesting one. The way I was looking at Mark's dilemma is this. He can either buy the expensive one or the less expensive one. If he buys the less expensive one, he can buy two, and the other one being another very good watch. But Mark may want to keep it under his hat for now, and I would understand. Okay, so All right. So let's talk about watches. That a lot of times your posers either make some troll-like comment about it, or they don't know about it. They have no idea what kind of watch it is. And so I was thinking when I saw this, well, when I saw the other one by Calabrese, I thought it was by Sven Anderson, and Brent sent me straight on that. And so I thought, oh boy, I would learn something today. And then I thought, man, there's all kinds of other ones by these independents out there that people haven't really thought about too much. And so I'm sort of curious about what your. Oh, you're kidding me, Aunt G? Are you serious? They have Parmigianis on. Those two guys on SpaceX. In fact, they're about ready to take off any minute now, I think. Weren't they supposed to take off around 4 o'clock something? Unless, hey, Kaz, how's the weather in Florida? Because if okay, we'll keep it quiet. Get the better one. Kaz, I don't know if it's a better one or just a more expensive one. Let me put it that way, okay? I mean, it's a big difference too. I looked up BC. I heard the Sherwood Forest ring. You heard the Sherwood Forest ringtone? Hang on, I better turn off my phone. that was a Sherwood Forest one I didn't hear. I've got, if it sounds noisy now, it's because we got fans going, got air conditionings going. It's a hot, muggy day. It's like a summer day. And I think for the next few days it's going to be this way. And so I had to crank up my fan and a few other things. Okay, Bruce, if I hear that chicken Parmigiani joke one more time, I'm going to start out with my Rolex jokes, okay? Let's see. What's up? It's raining. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, they may have scrapped it. I don't know. Does anyone know what time that SpaceX was supposed to take off? Because I know it's on Eastern time. Anybody happen to know? Yeah. They heard my phone ringing. That's my. So I just turned off my phone, so that'll fix them for you. Which Parmigiani are the astronauts wearing? Are you sure they are? I think it's very. Oh, in 15 minutes they're going up. Okay, what's that? Is that about 4:30, Kaz? Should be about a bit after 4:30. Okay, we'll leave early so we can all catch it. Hi, Joseph. Sadly, the finish on the movements of the Goldsmith 7 Masters series is rudimentary. However, the designs are very interesting. Oh, that's interesting to know. If you the finish on this one looks like in pretty good shape. It could have been polished up, but the finishing on the movement may not be so hot. 4:30. Okay, great. All right. Well, listen, we're out of here at 4:25, and we can all watch them go up. And Kaz, you know what how to stop the rain dance in Florida is. When I lived in Florida, it rained all the time. It even rained when it wasn't raining. Let's see. Okay, just scrapped. Oh, did they? They just scrapped the launch until Saturday? Ah, rats. Oh, well, sorry to hear that. Yeah, thanks a lot, Florida weather. I think that the new spacesuits they have are really cool looking. They look more like sort of modernistic spacesuits. The one they landed on the moon though are perfectly good, but I tell you, they look like the Michelin Man almost. So big, the old ones they had. What would the second watch be in the 2-watt setup? Yeah, the or the Cosmere. No, it'd be a Moser. I was thinking. No launch and no lunch for for Floridians. Oh, rats. I was at Vandenberg Air Force Base some years ago, And when they were still, I don't know whether they're still doing it, but um, they would launch these big rockets from Vandenberg. Man, I tell you, that is the loudest thing I've ever heard. And it's just a huge noise, unbelievable. Um, you know, it, it would be something I'd probably rather watch on TV, but that would be fun to see one of the launches. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Looking for a world timer too. I was looking at a world timer today too, and it was by this guy, Svein Anderson, of Anderson Geneve. Now it's a relatively small watch, and not sure if it's one I really want or not. Especially since I found this other one. I think I've got a sports watch that I want. Finally, and I think it's got a rubber strap on it, so it would be something I could actually use. Who knows? Plus, complain to whom? Yeah. Oh, let's see. Anderson has some interesting automata, to say the least. Oh yeah, what are those, Eddie? Tell us all about it. I'm interested to hear your Rolex joke. Never mind. I don't want to tell a Rolex joke. I don't want to joke about any watches. Oh, um, ah, gone till Saturday. Well, let's see. What's today? 28. So it'll be on May 30th. Okay, that's cool. Okay. All right. Truth Fears Guilty. That one's good enough. Uh, I have tons of Rolex jokes, but they're mostly Rolex owner jokes. Yeah. Um, oh, I hope that I was looking at some princes today. Really like those princes. You know, the I, I'm getting to the point now where if I get a watch, I gotta have one that not only is good horologically and a lot of other ways, but one that I know I will actually wear a lot. If I don't wear on a normal rotation by a lot, which means about, I don't know, twice a month at least, um, then I probably wouldn't want it. In other words, if I have a watch and I don't look forward to wearing it, I don't know about it. But now I've got some of my ones I've had a longer time, and I don't wear very much. But every time I do, I say, boy, this is sort of a cool watch. So it's a funny kind of thing. But maybe I ought to trade some in. I think I got one or sell them outright because it's probably a lot better idea. My original dual time Zenith, which is I just love that watch, but but I never wear it, and it's a cool watch, but for dual time, it's nowhere near as useful as my hemispheres. So what are you gonna do? Okay, let's talk about this. What are some watches that have some feature about them by an unknown watchmaker or by one that we know, but we don't know about a particular watch. One of the things, one watch I always have a soft spot for. I don't, and they made their own movement, but I don't know if they're really that good as the Vulcain. Does anybody have a Vulcain? I've always liked them, but I, never bought one because I wasn't sure why. Yeah, the Vulcain, I think. Well, I have three Vulcan. Okay, Joseph, tell us about them. Are they pretty good watches? They seem to be really good buys, and They used to call them the president's watch because the president would buy them, and beginning with Harry Truman, and then they gave them to him, and they were worn by different presidents. Um, you can't tell the difference between the two, Eddie. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, they're great, Joe. Okay, good to hear. I don't know. That's always been one that I've always been tempted to get. They're at good prices. They make their own movement. They've been around for a long time, and they're holding on by a thread. I think they're down to 5 employees, the last I heard, and you know, good for them. And they made one of the Cricket, I think, was one of the first alarm watches, but I can't hear anyway, so it doesn't help me too much. Yeah, close enough, huh? Oh man. Okay, the dials are outstanding. They are great value. Yeah, you know, that's I've been meaning to do and maybe I'll do that. Maybe I can do that this I for a long time I keep thinking, well, I better do something about Volcano and talk about them, see what I can find out about them. Maybe that'd be a good one for later this week. I've wanted an alarm watch for a long time, but I'm so indecisive. I'm unsure which one to pull the trigger on. Perhaps the JLC. I saw one of those, a Memovox, I think. I saw a Memovox that was on sale today at some place. I forgot where it was, but it was a place that I normally don't look. I think it was, what was it called? The Real Real. I somehow I found a watch up there that I liked, and I started looking around, and I think I saw a Memovox up there for a pretty good price on a JLC with an alarm. So that may be someplace you might want to take a look at, Paul. Wow! Now they sell for 199 bucks. That's pretty good. You going to announce the winner of the dial? Sure, on June 1st I will. Um, yeah, Mark. Yeah, they were called the President's Watch, and I think one of the models is a President one. Supposedly, they send one to every new president. Um, so that's okay. Okay, what are some other watches that we might find, sort of like the ones that are overlooked by everybody, but you know, people are really into watch collection and know what they're getting and know what they're paying for. What are some other gems like that that you can think of? Volcano, I think, would be one. Uh, 39 millimeter. Okay, that's good to know. Gerard Perregaux. Gerard Perregaux. Hans. Gerard Perregaux is. They've got some really good watches. They're undervalued. Uh, the top watchmakers have used their movements in the past. I know that the original overseas had a Gerard Perregaux in it. I think Gerard Perregaux, the problem I think that they may have, and I may be wrong about this, but it seems that they just off on style. I think their 1966 is a good one, and I like their 1945, but their 1945 is a big square, and most people don't like that kind. I got a rusty JLC Memovox movement in the batch I got a few weeks ago. Hopefully, I can clean it up by the end of the summer. It has an original dial, hands, and crowns. The guy trying to find it is still trying to find a case. Hey, how you doing, Watch Lounge? How's it going? Wearing your Seamaster ceramic. Cool. You know, that's one thing I wish you guys could do is like, look at my watch that I'm wearing. I can do it, but I wish you guys could do that too. That'd be sort of cool. Look at my watch. Hi, Forbin. Bremont. Marketing tells me Bremont is the bee's knees. Man, I got a real. Okay, let me say this about Braemont. I like what's his name, the guy who's the head of Braemont, one of the two guys. I like him for a couple reasons. One, he's a pilot, and they're really into that. I like their cases. They have probably some of the best tough cases anywhere. I like the looks of them. Everything I like about them, except they still haven't made their own movement. When I interviewed him for a video I did a few years ago, he was sort of hemming and hawing about putting it in one of their own movements. They got in a lot of trouble with Roger Smith about talking about an in-house movement of theirs when it wasn't very in-house. And since then, they've sort of been mum about that. And my hope is that, they, sort of bringing back English watchmaking. I think it'd be a cool thing. The Germans did it, and so many other people have. There are a few English watchmakers right now, but they're very, very few. And Braemont, I think, would be a cool one to do that with. That's my opinion of Braemont. They had one that they had a piece of fabric from the Wright brothers Kitty Hawk. Not Kitty Hawk, but their airplane that they first flew at Kitty Hawk, and they had a little piece of canvas from the wing. I don't know where they got it. They broke into the museum and picked it up, and they had a lot of other things about it. The rotor was shaped like a propeller, just super cool watch. But then it was like hamster on a running wheel running the thing. Hey, Raj, Braemont got in trouble for saying they all move with it. Yeah, I know. Hulk as in pick. I'm not sure what that is. Explore. Yeah, but that, okay, there's a big fancy number and an Explorer 2. There's nothing in Rolex that's too new, Bruce. People know about it. Hi, Ivan, what's up? I regret having brought the Hublot Classic Fusion with a Sellita movement. Beautiful case, hands dial, amazing presence, but I bought it before I knew any better. Should I get rid of it? I tell you, if you like it, keep it. I was so resentful of my El Leroy once I found they had and not told me about it and were lied about it after I called them, that I finally traded it away for my Christian Vanderclaw. But it was a beautiful watch, So anyway, I hold a grudge when I get burned like that. Let's see. During the day, my PO 40 is on rubber. Boy, I could use a rubber strap right now because it's heating up a lot. Yeah. I tell you, most of the pilots that I talk with, you've got so much stuff on your stack in front of you, and you got all of this information that you have to deal with. A watch is good for flight planning, I think. If you got your Zulu time as well as your home time wherever you are, that is very helpful on a watch. I think Bruce, this will make Bruce happy. And that is a really good watch for that would be something like a Rolex Explorer 2 Polar. I like those watches for that kind of thing. You check your Zulu time really quickly. Zenith Elite movements seem to go off the radar. Laylock, I think they bought. I don't, Paul, my Zenith Elite is like, it is the most reliable. This is a watch I never wear, and it's a good looking watch. It's got a blue dial on it. keeps great time, easy to set with a little pusher at about 10 o'clock, I think. And it sets the old um, GMT time. And, you know, but I just don't wear it very much. I don't know. Like I said, Archie announced he may quit YT and go into coaching, life coach from working as a waste process, which is what he did before full time. He was a life coach. That's interesting. We will reach 102 degrees today. Holy smoke! Wow, you must be out toward the valley air, Mark. We're not going to be up that high, but we've also got some uncomfortable humidity that I don't like. When I was an associate dean at University of Texas, El Paso was hot all the time. I mean, seriously hot, but it was dry. And it's also up over a mile high up. Even then, it was hot and dry and dusty. And but they had these swamp coolers. Everyone had a swamp cooler. All I had to do was run water through the swamp cooler, and man, it cooled everything off beautifully, humidified the place, and it was very inexpensive to run. Several vintage watches, Longines, Movado, King Seiko, and I have no problem wearing them on a 7.5-inch wrist. That's about what I've got. I got about a 7.5-inch. I wonder what they make. You know, there was the Bulgari that I got for our son. It had a regular size strap on it, and I could barely get it around my wrist, and it just had to use the very last eye to do it. Super comfortable band though. They got fat bands on them for the comfort of it. Nice band. My dean and head of school are making records to all the seniors today to let us to see us in cap and gown. Oh, that'll be cool. Congratulations on your graduation. I was in, they always ask you when you go to college and what clubs were you in and so forth. And I guess I shouldn't have put down the Breakfast Club. Oh, let's see what's going on. Anyone likes the new crayon anywhere? Oh, yeah. In the review of Healer's collection, there was a crayon anywhere in that. Something else too that I saw. I saw the crayon clown. I saw that, but I saw it by Sven Anderson, which I think it was Anderson I was looking at his stuff, and I thought, that's interesting. Maybe he did some work with them. Life coach advice: you don't want to end up like Archie. It's Foreman. Don't be like me. It's sort of like, I don't know. I will say no more. Let's not get off on that again. Does anyone know if the new JLC master control date has a deployment class for pin or buckle? I don't know. That's a good question, though. I think, usually, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't JLC give you a choice of straps? And if you take a look at the choices they get, maybe the buckle, though, I don't know if they give you a choice of a buckle or not. I do like deployment, and I'll tell you why I like deployment more than the pin buckle. Every time with the pin buckle, you really, to pull this thing off, you have to pull this out and then bend it back and then do this and then and getting a band on and off of these things is you have to have a minor in watchmaking to do that. I don't know what it's over soon, but hi. Oh, hi, GMT Master. How you doing? We were going to have to end early because of the launch, the rocket launch, but I guess they scrubbed it for today, and they're going to try again Saturday. They ought to have it here in Connecticut. Connecticut is a place where it gets cold in the winter and we have snow, but we don't have any hurricanes or anything like that. So, well, we had a few tornadoes. You know, they had one a long time ago, about I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. They had a tornado, and Connecticut, we're not Oklahoma. We don't know about tornadoes. And it hit our air museum. We got a wonderful air museum, and it just wrecked it. Unbelievable. Of all of the places for it to hit, I mean, it could have, hit one of the porno clubs or something. But no, it has to pick the air museum. Oh, well. Yeah, I remember those by Oldsmobile. Anderson made a complication for Cartier. Oh, but yeah, he's done some really incredible things. I think, in fact, I'm pretty sure that let's see, what's his name is working with him. I wish he hadn't called his things. It was Altamir Mirror, something like that. You know the guy I'm talking about. He puts a lot of stuff up on High Horology Lounge. Anyway, he's working with. I think he's working with Sven Anderson on something. I think, I'm not positive. We're only missing the proper proximity to the equator in the north. Yes, proper nothing. Rocket blast is not good for goats. Javier, you're going to end up in, there's no more room in the corner. Oh man, I'm debating either to move to Connecticut or Oklahoma. I have and leave California, man. I tell you. Oh, well, listen, guys, it's sort of gone over, and I got to get to work on that. The revelation of where the balance wheel came from on the new Chopek, and a lot of other stuff. Anyhow, oh God, oh, that's okay, guys. Everybody stay safe. We'll see you later.